Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I want to give my honor to the apostles and the elders of great millstone who taught us this 100% truth according to the spirits of be Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word through the four corners of the earth in true sincerity. Peace and blessings to your hopeful believers out there, which are also part of the elect. To y'all say shalom. And once again, I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Forgive me the Rachakodash, the Holy Spirit. To do the lesson on today, Lord in the Ephesian lamb and sheaves of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. We got a quick video to the parents of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, and what I wanted to go into, because I made a point on the last video, in to regards to Trump's comment, and I made a point how that falls in line with prophecy. And I just wanted to pull scriptures backing that point of how that falls in line with prophecy, because this thing of ours is all about prophecy, man. As a matter of fact, let me get that. The ones that are serving Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, they will be all about prophecy. So I'm going to start it off with this one right here. This is Revelation 19 and verse 10. It says, and this is John the Revelator, as he's receiving a revelation, by the angel. And it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, going into the angel. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship the power, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. And there's a lot of prophecy unfolding right now. Salakia. There's a lot of prophecy unfolding right now, man. You see? And that's the spirit that the watchmen of Yahushai, of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai will be in. They be in the spirit of prophecy. Let me get this to this second Edge 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. You see? So this thing of ours, and it's not even of ours. This thing of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is all about prophecy. So I wanted to pull, because I'm going to read the comment again, right? It was published Tuesday, March 17, 2026. And I'm going to read it. It says, Trump slams NATO allies for not joining Iran war effort, says U.S. never needed their help. In the last video, I brought up particular points that I put into chat. What would happen if the U.S. allies were to turn their backs on them and not support the U.S. no more? It's allies from the NATO, right? But I wanted to pull because that's part of prophecy, you see? So I'm going to pull that. I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get the Revelation, the one in Revelation 17. This is Revelation chapter 17, right? In verse 15, I'm starting verse 10, it says, and he said unto me, the angel, the water, and this is the angel speaking unto John the Revelator, breaking down the vision. He said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth. And who is the whore? The whore is Babylon the Great, America, the United States. And multitudes, so like it says, the whore sitteth, where Simon went from top. Revelation 17 and 15 says, and he said unto me, the water which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues, going to those waters and representing the whore pretty much ruling, right? Babylon the Great. But then right here, verse 16, and then the 10 horns, which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked. Now, who are these 10 horns? These 10 horns are going to the vassal states unto the NATO, right? Which is usually the European, the EU. The 10 horns is a representation of the EU, pretty much. They're supporting the NATO. So meaning that they're also allies of the U.S., right? says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate, and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. And how they're going to do this? They're going to do this by joining forces with the enemies of the U.S. and playing part in shooting those 200 million thermonuclear missiles onto Babylon the Great America. That's how they're going to eat her flesh, right? And make her naked and desolate by way of those thermonuclear missiles, man. You see? And read verse 17. For the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Lord be fulfilled. You see? So at the end of the day, this is the doing of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. You read that in Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. He turneth to whatsoever he will. You know, and all throughout the scriptures, the Lord makes reference that this is his plan. This is his will, his counsel, right? And I want to get this one. This is Obadiah, right? Obadiah. Where is it at? Obadiah 1. Let me find it. Not there. Slack, bear with me. I'm trying to find it. Slack, let me bear with me real quick, because I know it's in Obadiah 1. Right here, this is Obadiah 1 and 7. It says, all your allies, and this is in the NLT, all your allies will turn against you. They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you, and you won't even know about it. You see? So going to the aspect like Trump, sitting there saying, NATO, I never needed y'all. You know, making comments. I mean, first off, putting these tariffs on them. You see? Putting tariffs on them. And then saying that since y'all don't want to join us in this Iran war, fuck y'all. We never needed y'all anyway. Right? As Elder Apostle Hart say, man. And every brothers, you know, all the brothers say, man, we love Donald Duck, man. We love Nero. Because Nero gonna bring the end of this thing, man. You see? We love it. We love it, man. Because the end of Babylon, the end of this rulership means what? Which we know Donald Duck is not going to destroy Babylon, nothing like that. But he's pushing forth prophecy, man. He pushing forth prophecy. He moving in the spirit of prophecy. You see? Because we reading the prophecies right here. Like, you telling you don't need them. Hey, at the end of the day, Lord said your allies are going to turn against you. And we're seeing that friction being built up between them. You know? Saying you don't need them. Putting these outstanding tariffs on them. I'm just curious as to how many of the U.S. allies have tariffs on them. I'm just curious. Damn. It says short answer, at least 8 NATO member countries have been directly targeted in a single tariff action, but more NATO members are affected overly depending on the policy. It says the clearest recent example, said in early 2026, the U.S. announced tariffs specifically on 8 European NATO members: Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, Netherlands, Finland, United Kingdom. It says, but the real number can be higher. It depends on how you define put tariffs on. It says the EU-wide tariffs, right? It says the U.S. has also applied broad tariffs on the European Union, which includes many NATO members, 20-plus countries. Other countries the U.S. has imposed tariffs on: Canada, which is a NATO member, because you have the NATO and the EU, which is a contract. You know, I think it's the EUU, the Treaty of Rome, you know, which was pretty much a contract. And, you know, the U.S., the NATO will support military support, while the UN will support it with supplies and specific things like that. Just giving you the quick answer of it, you know. You can look into it and go more and see more into it, but that's just the quick answer of it. But you see this? Like, all these tariffs on your allies. You see? So prophecy's being fulfilled, man. So I just wanted to tackle that point because I made that point, and I wanted to put the precepts backing that point of how this aspect of Trump doing this is prophecy, man. You see? This is prophecy. So I'm gonna pull this I'm gonna pull these 2 scriptures. I made it off. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. And we see the vision being manifested before our eyes, man. We see it. We see the vision being manifested before our eyes, man. Call Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. We have eyes to see and ears to hear. Isaiah 46. Right? This Isaiah 46, it says, Isaiah 55. Yeah, this is Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. Right? And who are the mouthpieces of the Lord? The prophets. You see? You read about that in 2 Ezra 15 and 1. I will put my words in thy mouth and speak to the ears of my people the words of prophecy. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. You see? So we see in the word of the Lord not return void. Salaki. We see in the word of the Lord not return void, man. And it's a beautiful thing. You know? Because it's just, all it does is just boost our faith. You know? It boosts our faith. So that's the main thing, man. And the scoffers and them are being confounded. You see? So Lord willing, this is edifying through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, and feeds the lemon sheep of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. I'm going to end it up and say, call Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rachakadash. I'm going to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And to y'all, I'm going to say Shalom.